Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the farm. It's a lovely looking morning out here this morning. I was awoke by the sound of sheep bang on the front lawn. I mean, I don't mind them coming out and chewing on the grass on the front lawn a little bit. But the wife would get real upset if they started eating on her trees, that's for sure. So we had a day off yesterday. I say a day off. We got up 6:30? No, 6 o'clock. Got up, threw everything in the truck, and headed off down to, almost to Tumbler Ridge, actually. Load up to side-by-side even. Went in, seen a beautiful little lake. Took all our fish and stuff. Fished for like 6 hours. Then started to get hungry. We didn't catch any fish. But I'm kidding, we didn't get hungry. We took lots of snacks. It was a nice day out. Anyways, we got home. Oh man, it must have been about 9:30 at night. Got the kids tucked in bed. One snuck in the middle of the night. Is in between Mama and I. I just snuck out because I figure I better round up these sheep. And then I gotta round up a checkbook here today too. There's an auction sale out in Good Fair I'm gonna hit to. If things go well, I might come home with a tractor. If things don't go so well, I might come home with a couple pallets of junk. We'll see. Anyway, speaking of going and spending money, look at this beast here. So I just bought this baby the other day for a farm truck, 2008 Chevy 3/4 ton. So that'd be nice to haul the stock trailer. And it's even got room for the kids back there. Pretty handy. We should have washed that bad boy before I showed it to everybody, but I brought it home the day it rained and the road's so muddy. Everything's just so muddy. And I don't even understand that. Like, in terms of like actual amount of rain, we really didn't get that much. Like, everything else is dry already. But the roads just turned to absolute just goobers. I think the road probably doesn't have a lot of actual rock in it. So when we were out in Tumbler Ridge, you get over there and like it can be pouring rain, and there's not a splat. There's nothing coming off the road, just water coming off the road. It's not paved. It's just that shale rock, so nothing gets all sticky and gooey and up inside the rims. And the stuff we have here on Grand Prairie, I think, is whatever's lining the ditch. Hey, mister, you gonna come along? Let's go find your friends. And we'll go for a nice morning walk. I'm gonna round up all these lambs that I pulled up the hill. They've chewed all this down. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And these few are getting out somewhere. I don't know where they're getting out, but I have no intention of raising a bunch of fence getter outers. So we're gonna haul them down the hill, put them in that forested section there where I fenced off the other day. And that's 4-inch page wire. The stuff that's over in this field here is that big old 6x12 buffalo wire. So they can definitely get their head through there, which means they can definitely push on it enough until they get their whole body through there. And we just don't want to teach them that. All right, let's see if I can play the Pied Piper here. Come on, sheepy sheeps. That's everyone? Okay. If one of you eats Mama's trees, just to be clear, you will be in a pie by the end of the day. Got it, okay. See, when you do this with an unruly bunch, you still need to have a boss ewe that's got a grain-based gut, that knows what's in this bucket. Otherwise, it would just be chaos. They'd be everywhere. When you got a couple that'll just stick to the bucket, they will go anywhere you want. I say that now, but when I turn the corner and go into this big field and they all bugger off on me, I'm going to look like a fool. Because things don't always go according to plan. And most days, thankfully, I don't actually have a plan. I just, make it up as we go along. Come on, sheepy sheep. Even for once, the dog is where he's supposed to be. Good morning, turkeys. One of the turkeys is not where they're supposed to be. I'll have to come and deal with that when I get back up here. To you too. This is the part where things start to not go according to plan. So the sheep that are out in the forest over there, these sheep can hear them bellowing. And now they're less inclined to follow the bucket and more inclined to follow the sound of their mother's voices. So I gotta get their mothers to the gate so that they know to go in the gate. Because look, they're a way off. Maybe they'll go under the fence and into that big corral. If they do that, oh yeah, look at that. I couldn't ask for better than that. Just go right into the corral, go under that, because it's that fence line is a bit taller there. And then I don't have to fool around and open a gate and wait for anybody to see each other. They just pop right through. And I open the gate on the other side, and I probably won't even have to feed I won't even have to feed anybody any grain. I can give this to the turkeys. That might just be win of the century. Come on, sheepy sheeps. Oh man, we got them all. Look at that. I can hear the other ones, but the grass is so tall in this bush. Can't even see them over here. Come on through, sheepy sheeps. Come on. Come on, sheep sheeps. There you go. Look at this. Is that lush or what? Come on. See if we can't find your mamas. They've been here. There's lots of poop on the ground, lots of stuff trampled. There you go. Yeah, go find your friends. Don't worry about snacks. Go find your friends. There they go. That's the win for the day. Oh, I'm finally back up here at the top of the hill. Out of breath. It's a beautiful hike down in the morning. I should wait till mid-afternoon to come back up. It's a long way up. But it looks like that turkey might have found its way back in. Your buddy make it back in? Oh yeah, well good. One less thing I gotta... You see that? Yeah, it's a pretty big weather front. I think the wet weather's done. Probably gonna get hot again today. Alright, so we got good news, and I'm not sure if it's good news or bad news. Yeah, the second half. The good news is I bought the tractor. I paid $17,000 for it, and I think that's, well, I thought that was a fair price. I checked on the state, on the internet, and looked in the States, and they're selling for $25,000 to $30,000 all day long for that hour as a tractor in that condition. Well, after I was the winning bid, the one fella from the auction company comes up and asks me, like, "Are you a collector?" So the minute they say, "Are you a collector?" You probably paid too much money for it. And then the owner of the company comes by, and he's just shaking my hand, thanking me for coming here, and then he tells me that he expected to get 12 grand for it, not 17. So whatever, I got it. I'm the winner. So now begins the escapade, and I don't think the wife is mad at me. She may be a little overwhelmed, frustrated, because now the chaos begins. I bought this thing. I just got home. I got to load the flat deck trailer. There's no supper made. The kids are wound real tight today. They didn't last very long at the auction where she had to head home with them. So she's like, "Well, what do you want to do for supper?" And I said, "You know what, this is a stretch, but because we just spent a whole pile of money, but how about we run to town, we pick up Chinese food, and then we'll go get that tractor. And I think that'll make everything okay. That'll make everything just fantastic. I hope there's diesel in that tractor, enough to get home anyways." Well, made it home with the old International 1086 here. Bit of a slow ride. A little bit shy on hydraulic oil. I'd be interested to know, the folks that are running same or similar tractors, what you're running for a hydraulic / transmission fluid. If it's Hitran, or if it's some other off-brand or some OEM like similar spec, or just what you're running. Let me know in the comments. What do you think of the tractor, Charlotte? You like it? Why do you like it so much? Because you got a comfy spot to sit on up there behind Dad?
Yeah.
Oh man, so you're gonna hang out in the field with me all the time now? For all the field work that we do? There's so much of it, hey? We're just feeding cows. Really, it's the worst possible tractor you could possibly buy just for feeding cows. 140 horse with a dry transmission or dry clutch and no foot throttle. But you know, for the money, for 17 grand for a tractor that arguably should have sold for about 25, I think that's a good opportunity for us to get into a big tractor. And then in a couple of years, if we end up getting a haybine and a round baler and all the stuff that we kind of ultimately want to work towards getting, at least now we got the tractor that can pull it. Because that was always the challenge as well. If you're stuck with even a 65 horse tractor, well, there's no point buying a haybine, there's no point buying a baler if you can't pull it and turn it. So now we got enough tractor to pull just about anything. I think just about anything. So we're in good shape. One thing I do got to change though, and this is it's just gonna bug me so much. So these hydraulics down here, this is what run, like all three of these run the loader essentially, right? So this is your main lift, bucket, tilt, and then the grapple. But these two are backwards. So pull back is up, push forward is down, and then pull back is tilt the bucket down, and push forward is tilt the bucket up, and then pull back is close the grapple, and push forward is open the grapple up. At like tomorrow morning, first thing we're gonna do is take those hydraulic hoses and switch that around. So I've seen guys flex on the internet about being the first guy to have a trailer with the brakes and the lights working, but I might be the first person in the family to actually have a tractor that has all the lights, the brakes, the heater, everything actually working. I do, just to keep me humble, I do have quite a few hydraulic leaks. I'm gonna have to work on that. But the radio works, the fan works, the hydraulics, even though they leak, work, all the lights, the flashers, everything. I mean, look at this interior, man. Like that is, like I've owned pickup trucks, I've owned cars that did not have this nice of a finish. Carpet interior, like this thing is mint.